Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
We ready right now.
Lead it.
All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. It is Blame Your Brother. We are here streaming live Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time at blameyourbrother.tv. It is a different show tonight, but we will explain it all in just a little bit. But we are Blame Your Brother. I am one half of that duo. I am David, a.k.a. D-Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%, Glenn Jackson, the spiritual midget, Johnny Flash, and I'm joined by this gentleman who is sitting to my left in cyberspace. It is John.
Hey everybody, John here, aka Tico, aka Mr. Groupon, Mr. PTI, the Madman.
They got John Tortorella, a madman.
They do have a madman.
Okay, he's a madman.
All right, there we go. So yes, David and John coming at you tonight. Like I said, we are doing this on Zoom tonight. It is a different kind of show tonight. And like I say, John will definitely be discussing all why we're doing that on the old Zoomy tonight. And I just want to make sure, John, on Zoom, you are using the microphone, right, as your audio source?
I believe so, yeah.
Do you want to check real quick just to make sure? Because you sounded a little bit more microphony early.
I don't think I changed anything, but
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Okay. That's good. All right. Well, then we'll cut I'll cut that out of the podcast, obviously. But on the live, see, this is why you tune in for live. You get behind the scenes content right there. All right. So, yes, we have a lot going on, and we need to bring the volume up. They always say that, don't they? I say turn your volume up on your TV is what I always tell people. To me, that seems like the easiest solution to me. I mean, but let me try to add a little, like I said, I'll add a little gain on here. The only thing with this, I don't know how much gain it's adding. So I'm adding 4 gains. So I hope it's not blowing people's earbuds out. So we'll see what Robin says about that. Okay. All right. So we'll get back onto it. Yes. So we have many things to discuss why we are doing this in the virtual world here. And I'll let John start with that because John, why are we doing this on Zoom tonight, John?
we're doing this on Zoom tonight because my son goes to school, and a member of his class who was at school on Monday and Tuesday was not at school yesterday because they had COVID. They tested positive for COVID Tuesday night. And so when the teachers found out on Wednesday, so they said, okay, that's the last day of school for 10 days. So we're all quarantining. And so just because he was near that kid, everybody in that class, is just doing school virtually for a couple of weeks now. And so to be safe, I have banned David from the premises for this week.
Yeah, John actually. Hold on, I got some questions here. So
Yeah.
Now, when you say quarantine, what is it? You're not quarantining?
I'm not quarantining.
Okay,
no.
but they advise all the parents. Just here's what's weird about that: if you have 2 children, right, and so 2 children that live in the same household, like as I do. That go to school, together or in the same kind of school system, right? So Nick was exposed, quote unquote, to the COVID, and we were like, well, what about our other son? Does he need to quarantine from, his classmates? We're like, no, he's good. Like, what? Wait a minute now. How does that work?
The rules still, after a year, are constantly still changing.
Yeah. No, that is true. I don't know. Yeah, it's suspect. I mean, you understand really. I see why people get kind of upset about this, these things, because the rules are kind of, I mean, of course, this is like, it's something new. It's new to all of us. So you understand the rules may not be set in stone constantly, but sometimes some of the rules don't really seem to make sense, you know.
You are correct.
So, but I mean, he appears to be fine, right? I mean, nothing.
He is his normal, rambunctious, playful self. Even those that I know of that have been asymptomatic still have a moment where they're lethargic, or they don't have an appetite or whatever. He's actually eaten more in the last couple of days than he has in a while. So I mean, he's I think he's fine. I don't think he caught anything.
Right.
The teachers in the class are pretty vigilant when it comes to the kids wearing their masks and stuff constantly. So I honestly don't think he has anything, but to err on the side of caution, that's why we're doing the zoomy zoom.
Right. I mean, we talked on the phone, and we were initially going to show up, and then I kind of talked to my wife and kind of thought about it and said, let's just, because, you know, I'm going to go visit my mom this weekend. She just got out of the hospital. She had her biopsy for cancer, and she just got out of the hospital where she was diagnosed with COVID and pneumonia. But, you know, I just wouldn't want that small possibility, like, of me catching it over there and then giving it to my mom, who's, you know, going through some serious stuff. So it's all good, man. It's fine. We've done this before, but this is the first time me and you have ever done this, because Lee was running all of it last time. So
our man in the chair.
Right. Which is, you know, we figured it out, but it definitely took some working, the technical aspects. So, but anyways, but we're here. Okay, so you told me that you had something happen this week. What's going on with you?
I went to the eye doctor for the first time in a while.
Oh boy.
And I tell you, I know going to the eye doctor is not supposed to be like a trip to Disney, but yeah, go during COVID. And I mean, I've just been like, unless I'm around people I'm comfortable with,
right,
my mask is on. Even like, because we go to church, and we have it to where every other pew is roped off, and so we still keep our distance there, and we're wearing our masks in church. And whenever I go to the store or anything, I'm on top of it. And so having to go to the eye doctor, where you like, there are several moments where you have to take your mask off. It feels really weird, because you are extremely close in proximity to people who you don't know.
Right.
You know, the eye doctor themselves, the people fitting you for glasses, they have to take the level of where your eye is matching on the actual frames and things like that. And they have to get pretty close to you, but you have to take your mask off so you don't fog up the glasses so they can see your eyeballs. And so it was just a really, really, I did not like it at all. It just kind of made my like skin crawl. And every time someone was close to me and I didn't have my mask on, I was like trying to hold my breath.
Oh God.
It's just like I couldn't help it. It just felt like that was something that I should do. And it just, I don't know how normalcy will ever take place if we ever get to a point where we're not wearing masks anymore.
So, yeah, I mean, that's an interesting question. I mean, because a lot of people have been asking about that, you know, and there's two schools of thoughts. Obviously, Texas is big in the news this week. There's another state, I think it's Mississippi, maybe, I don't know, but Texas is the big one, where they just said, dude, we're done. You know, well, not everyone, but the I guess the governor basically was just like, we're done. There's no more mask mandates starting on, you know, next week, and you got to do what you got to do. I think that is, I mean, it's just very poor timing when it's announced this week that basically, according to the powers that be, everyone will have access to the vaccine by the end of May. Okay. So we're talking, what, 2 months and some change or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, can't can we just wait like until then, please? I mean, like, and I would say this.
I mean, we went 12 months, basically.
Right. Yeah. I would say like,
more.
it's like, okay, here's the deal. Here's the unwritten deal we'll make with all you anti-COVID people who don't really believe it's that serious, who don't want to wear masks. Okay, whatever. If you can wait until the end of May, okay. Now, if Biden's a liar and no vaccines are available at that point, game's off is what I would say. Then you do whatever you want to do, because if they've lied to us constantly, but dude, it's just so reckless. Texas, there's going to be a lot of people die in Texas. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, because like you said, there are people like us that will continue to wear the mask, and there's some people that there's like three kinds of people, right? There's people that are going to keep wearing the mask no matter what. Okay. There's people that are not going to wear the mask anyway, regardless. And then there's those people in the middle that are just like, well, if I walk in a store, and honestly, there's times I've been like this, I'll just keep it real. But if I walk into a store and not everyone's wearing a mask, I'm like, all right, man, I guess I don't have to wear a mask in here. You know what I mean? So you can see the danger in all of the people just starting to bend into peer pressure and not wear the mask. I mean, especially when it's come out over, 500,000 people are dead now. And they contribute that a lot to, well, those are fake numbers. Oh, we don't know all those people died from COVID. It's like, dude, how many fake numbers could it be? I mean, let's say it's a third. That's still almost
people.
That's almost 300,000 people that are dead. I mean, let's keep it real here. So I don't know. Well, how was your vision? Same?
Well, it was way worse.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, wait a minute. You buried the lead here. How much worse? Like,
I think I'm at like 2075.
Okay.
I don't know how those numbers work.
I don't know how the numbers work. So it's really bad.
What normal people would be able to see at 20 feet.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
What people can see at 75 feet.
Yes. You have to see it 20.
That's how it looks to me at 20 feet.
Okay, I got you. So
if there's something 75 feet away,
you can't. Yeah.
With you wearing your corrective vision and everything, that's what something would look like to me if it was only 20 feet away.
Gotcha.
And I think the way my glasses are currently, I think it's at like 2065.
Okay, I got you. So I'm going to say from the chat, I think John's audio might be from the camera and not the microphone. This has come up again.
Okay, let's test this out.
Okay.
Okay, right now I'm speaking right into the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
let's, move myself.
This is good. Okay, this is good.
Over here. Am I the same loud?
Yes.
Okay, then it's coming from the camera.
Yeah, so you have to go into Zoom and change your audio setting.
All right, I'm gonna have to come off camera for a sec.
That's fine. Yeah. This is some people, and it's hard to believe this, but some people literally podcast like this all the time. I don't know how they do it. I think I would give up after a while. I mean, I don't know, maybe not. I guess if you were like had friends in other countries. Oh, I heard something. I heard some
okay, that should have done the trick.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Can you hear me now?
I mean, yeah, but now it sounds like it's coming from your computer. There's like a weird echo noise to it now. I think it's in Zoom. Like, what is your settings in Zoom right now?
I mean, it was saying that the audio was going through the.
Oh, was it?
Through the camera.
I think you sound a little bit better.
I just switched it to the.
Okay. No, I think
you're switchboard.
Okay, I think you're better now. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that'll be fun to edit later, but we'll do that. So, anyways, yes, back to your vision. So, are you going to? So, you got to get new glasses, obviously.
Yeah.
So, is this like a chance to change your style, or are you just sticking to the standard glasses you've always had?
I thought about changing, but without somebody being there with me to tell me, "Hey, that's going to look good on you," I don't trust my own.
Really?
Yeah,
What? You have a wife?
yeah, but she wasn't there with me.
No, but you can go back at any time. Oh, you already got the glasses.
Yeah, I just knocked everything out while I was
Oh, bro. There's people
I
that
know.
work there that literally can, that's their job, right?
there. Yeah, but I mean, if you go shopping with Kenny or you go shopping with Kim Kardashian, who you gonna?
I mean,
They're not gonna pick out the same clothes.
that's true. All right, so you stick in with the standard frames right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The lady there that knew my prescription and knew how the glasses were gonna work recommended something more round and not so oblong. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of what I'm gonna go with.
There is an art to that. You know that, right? Like, there's a whole, like, these glasses make you look better. But I'm like, I mean, they can't make you look, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think glasses can make people look better?
I think I've seen there are cases where there's some people that do look better with glasses on.
Name them. Who? And not girls. That doesn't count.
Well,
I'm
that's-
talking.
that's where I'm
Oh,
going
well,
with.
John, of course. That's
I
stupid.
mean, as far as
though.
dudes, I mean, I don't know. I don't really.
No, I
don't really
mean,
care.
you could have a friend who starts wearing glasses. And you're like, that's a good look, bro. I like those glasses on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm too vain for glasses. Just being honest. I've thought about this.
Deep down, I am too. For a while, I guess I went like 2 years doing contacts exclusively.
Okay.
But the problem with that was I have astigmatism in both eyes, and the astigmatism is so bad that the contacts would not stay put.
Really?
Spin, and if they would move at all, then everything would become fuzzy. So I was constantly having to like physically, and I couldn't blink them right back. Some people can just, when they move on them, they can just blink a couple of times and it will correct itself.
Right.
No, I had to physically put my finger in my eye and kind of move the contact to refocus it.
And that cannot be fixed whatsoever. There's no type of contacts or anything.
They said that I might be able to go with the hard contact.
Oh, okay.
That would and that might help it, but
Yeah.
it was a might.
Okay.
And I was using the soft, the plastic lenses,
Yeah.
and I mean they were no picnic, and I can't imagine what the hard ones would be like. So I'm afraid to use the hard ones, to be honest.
I'm with you, bro. I don't even know how that works. I'm like, I got contacts when I was in my 20s, and I had glasses and I never really wore them. I've got really bad eyesight. And, the soft ones alone were tough. I cannot imagine the hard ones. Cause I mean, obviously there's no give to them, right? I mean, they're like a hard structure. That's why they think they would stay in your eyes.
I mean, I really don't know how people take them out and put them back in.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's
I mean,
weird stuff.
I can get putting them in.
Right.
How do you get them out? Because I pinch the soft ones to get them out,
Right.
but I wouldn't know how to get the hard one out because I mean you can't pinch it.
I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't know. Somebody asked me recently, like, do I wear hard contacts? I'm like, no, I'm not a freaking monster, bro. I can't even imagine.
There's only one person that I know of personally that wore them, and he said if he could wear the soft ones, he would.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He just does them because he can't. That's the route he has to go.
Right. Now I see that. But I will say, like, I've thought many times, like, am I literally gonna be 70 years old still wearing contacts? Because I hate contacts, truthfully. I mean, once they're in, they're fine, but when they're not good, they're terrible, And I meet people and they're like, they just wear glasses. I'm like, that must be nice, like to not really care if you're wearing glasses or not. But I was like, am I going to be 80 years old still struggling with contacts? I'm like, probably. I mean, that's just the cross I have to bear for the rest of my life, I guess. So I don't know, man.
I've thought about doing a laser, and if I had the money, I probably would.
Did you just say laser?
Yeah.
LASIK.
I know, but they use a laser.
Yes, but it's not called laser, man. It's called LASIK. It's like, I don't want people. Yes. I mean, how much does that cost? It's a couple of grand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess if I hit the lottery, I would probably I would go do LASIK tomorrow. Like if some listener is listening right now, like some stranger, and he's like, I'm going to give you guys both LASIK. I'd be like, let's go. I'm going right now. I don't care.
Any of those wealthy listeners.
Wealthy listeners, yes, please email us at bybpod@gmail.com.
You also, while you're at it, if you want to pay off my mortgage or anything like that, more power to you, bud.
I mean, yes, I would take the mortgage first, but if the deal was only LASIK, I would. But from the chat, they have both laser and LASIK, so it shows you what little I know. I just know Dr. Ming. That's all I know. I know he's the LASIK man around town. I had a buddy that got LASIK, and they screwed up. I'm serious. They screwed up, like, not where he could never see again, but his eye was like red for like a week and a half, and he had to go back and redo it. I think I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I mean, sometimes things are like, I know I'm good. Because I don't know, man. Your eyes are like open while they're doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, so that was your week. So you got some new glasses. Your eyes are slowly breaking down over time. When's the last time you said you'd went for an eye exam?
I know that. I guess around 2 years, because I think Emily was real small. So
yeah,
I guess just under 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's not bad. So, all right. So I don't know. That's probably not a good sign if your eyes went down in 2 years.
The thing I've noticed, well, it's just for me. I don't know about anybody else, but as far as glasses are concerned,
yeah,
my eyesight always gets worse.
Really?
But the time when I was using contacts exclusively, my prescription didn't change.
Okay, I hear you.
So I mean, I guess that's a point in the contacts column.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I don't know.
Well, yeah, you just gotta stay on that, man, because that's if you had to lose one of your senses, I think vision would be terrible, man. I mean, I know I love music, and I really almost feel that losing my hearing would be the worst, but I don't know. I think maybe vision would. What do you think would be the worst sense to lose?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it'd be one of those two.
You think? Okay, but what about touch?
Ooh.
I mean, they're all bad, bro. It's not like there's a good one. Like even taste would be terrible. You would never want to eat, I mean, the voice would suck, but maybe that's the least bad one to lose. I mean, I know we do a podcast, but like life would go on without a podcast, right? I mean, you can still listen to music, you still watch things, you could learn sign language.
You could pull a Stephen Hawking if you didn't have your voice.
Yeah, that's true. I go to sign language. John goes to Stephen Hawking like hello everyone, how are you? That would be kind of cool. You could just hijack parties with that stuff, dude. You could just type out like a book and people would just be stuck there. Like they're not going to leave, All right. Well, let's get into some news this week then, because my week has been it's been pretty chill. I'm in this room right now in my house. It is a bonus room upstairs. I've got my brother-in-law, Corey, and buddy of the show, friend of mine, Trapper, are installing a door in this room where I can get some peace and quiet. And I have the door closed tonight. You don't hear any crazy noise because my kids, you can hear them throughout the house. So that's been the main thing that's been going on. That's about it. So they're doing some great work. If you need any work done on your house, John had, Trapper do some work on them, and
they actually put in, replaced I had French doors leading out to my deck, and the wife wanted a sliding glass door instead. And so do what the wife says.
You got that right, baby. That's for sure. Well, let's
had Corey and Trapper come over, and they knocked it out, did a great job.
There you go. All right. Well, let's talk about the news. We've had, I've noticed, like, man, cancel culture is like huge. I know we talk about all the time, but like it seems like it's ramped up some weeks more so than others, right?
Rampant is a good word for it.
Yes, it is. So I'm going to pull this graphic up right now. You can kind of read this. And so it's apparently National Reading Week or something. I don't know what the freaking holiday is, but this is the story that came out. 6 Dr. Seuss books will no longer be published because of their use of offensive imagery, according to the business that oversees the estate of the children's author and illustrator. Okay, so it is the estate that oversees Dr. Seuss now. In a statement on Tuesday, Dr. Seuss Enterprises said it had decided last year to end publication and licensing of the books by Theodore Seuss Geisel. The titles include his first book, writing under the pen name Dr. Seuss, and it's called To Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street, and another one, If I Ran the Zoo. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Dr. Seuss Enterprises said on Tuesday, which coincided with the birthday of Dr. Seuss, who died in 1991. The business said the decision came after working with a panel of experts, including educators, blah, blah, blah. The other books that will no longer be published, so we've got I Saw It on Mulberry Street, If I Ran the Zoo, are On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, The Cat's Quizzer, and Mick Elliott's Pool are the books that will no longer be published in anywhere, apparently. I mean, you know, now, John, have you heard of any of those books?
No.
Okay. So there is that. So yes, we have not heard of these books. I've really been unable to find the images. I did like some quick Google search. I've read what they were. They were very offensive. I will say, according to what I've read, black people drawn as gorillas, essentially. Asian people drawn in the typical Breakfast at Tiffany's Asian style. You know, the weird hat they always have on them. That, you know, all that. Now, what I've read is that Dr. Seuss early on in his career, yes, would draw these things, but as he went on later, he became kind of against that, and he had drawn some early stuff that was kind of anti-Semitic, and apparently he met with Jewish people and kind of changed his ways, and actually he was known as like an honorary Jewish man after that by, you know, certain people. But so the first question becomes, is it fair or foul to remove these books that have very offensive stereotypes in them? John, what do you say to that?
I mean, when you think Dr. Seuss, you're not thinking of these books that you just read. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Green Eggs and Ham.
Right, of course.
And then, you know, a lot of people, you know, you got your Cat in the Hat and Horton Hears a Who and the Borax and all that. But, I mean, it seems like those were kind of buried already. And I think, I mean, you said it's National Reading Week. I think it's National Reading Week because of Dr. Seuss. I think the man is quite celebrated, and
right.
If he did have views that were not right, but he actively changed them on his own, then I say he still deserves to be celebrated.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, that's a different category. But the books that are offensive themselves, should they be removed from like children's catalogs? I mean, yay or nay on that?
From children's catalogs, yeah, sure,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that. I don't see the problem with it. I see Angelie is in the chat, and she said it's history, and I'm not saying we burn those books forever from the history. eBay has actually said they will not allow anyone to sell the books at all. Okay, now that's a little suspect, you know, but I think that's called overcorrection. But yes, I mean, I can see not allowing children. Now, as everyone is keen to do, there are some people, President Biden has essentially removed Dr. Seuss's name from what I've understood. Now, I may be wrong on this, but from what I've read, he's not listed on the authors list anymore because of this. That's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a overcorrection.
Yeah, I mean
especially, I mean, if you told somebody to name as many Dr. Seuss books as they can, And unless they are like a hardcore,
Yeah.
you know, they're not. No one's gonna name those books.
Right. So this is the story from the thing here. It says Biden removes mention of Dr. Seuss from Read Across America Day. President Biden has removed mentions of Dr. Seuss from Read Across America Day amid accusation of racial undertones in the classical whimsical tales for children. That is straight up. It's dumb, dude. It's dumb.
I agree.
I mean, it's stupid. Yes, take the books away. They're offensive. Here's the problem with this cancel culture, and here's what I'm going to say about this, because Angela Lee got on Instagram, and we had a debate about Gina Carano of The Mandalorian. And what I've said about that, and I'll say it again, I do not condone anyone being fired for a political belief, okay, within reason. Obviously, every argument needs to be within reason, because people will bend it. But if she votes for Trump, hey, baby, do your thing. Here was my thing about Gina Carano. You did it over and over and over, and they ask you to stop doing it. Okay, so everyone tries to, like, Bill Burr's coming out going, I need to watch what I'm saying. Yeah, bro, if you're working for Disney, yeah, you probably do need to. You can't be a hardcore vegan who hates meat, and is a PETA member and work at McDonald's and go around telling all the customers that meat's murder, okay?
Yeah.
We wouldn't allow that. Gina Carano, you work for Disney. It's a family-friendly freaking environment. They're liberal, okay? You can't get on there and just espouse your beliefs and not think you might lose your job over it. But I would say about Dr. Seuss, obviously, bro, I've always said this about myself. I think John could join in. If I was judged and condemned for everything I did in my 20s, I'm screwed. I'm done. I told you last week I was a Rush Limbaugh disciple. He was one of my heroes, man. Am I going to be judged on that for the rest of my life because now I've changed? It's like, it's stupid. This condemn culture. I hate it, man. Like,
I mean, how would Biden feel if whenever we mention the 47th president, there's an asterisk because he got too close to kids?
He's the 46th president, isn't he?
Or 46, whatever.
Okay. I was like, do you know something we don't know, John? No, yes. Okay, so let's go to that real quick. So Andrew Cuomo is in the news this week, all right? And now I've read all these allegations against the guy. And if you don't know, he's being accused of sexual misconduct or harassment or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. I've read, now I don't know. Now, going up to a girl and kissing her without, consent, that could be a little bit dicey, okay? I don't know about that story. I'm talking about every other story where he was suggestively flirting, kind of hitting on girls. The man's not married. I mean, if we're living in a world now where people are going to start saying you can't even have conversations with women that are a little bit on the gray side, I think that's dicey. But I'm glad you mentioned Biden. Wait a second. Now, you guys are coming for Cuomo? Do you not know some woman made accusations against Biden that, like you said, he unwantingly was kissing her on the back of the head? What's the difference? What's the difference? I would argue there is no difference at all. So I don't understand. It's very confusing right now. And John is either frozen or he's just maintaining a pose right here. I don't know what's going on with him. Is he back?
There we go.
Okay. Gotcha. So
I couldn't hear you for a minute there.
Okay. Is there any difference between Biden and Cuomo at this point? Why is everyone piling on this guy? Any logic whatsoever?
I mean, he screwed up once, so he's already in the news. So I mean the whole thing with the numbers and everything. So I think right now he's under a microscope, and they're just kind of throwing everything they can at him.
Yeah.
And just seeing what sticks.
The timing is very, very suspect too. This guy's been on the news every freaking day for like an entire year, and now these women are coming forward. Look, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. As progressive as I've become, there's no way I could fully embrace this progressive group these people have, because it's asinine. It's ridiculous. They want to condemn everyone that makes a mistake. So have you heard about the Bachelor thing? So this dude on The Bachelor, apparently the host, stepped down off the show because this is so convoluted to even explain, but some contestant had a picture of her in an antebellum party, okay? All right, dude, it's in the South. It happens. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but it happens, okay? If you're going to act like all the many women have done it, all right? And he was asked about it, and he said kind of that. He goes, hey, man, it happens. So he has to step down from the show. He goes on Good Morning America, gives an interview to Michael Strahan, and after the interview's over, Michael Strahan, when the dude's gone, goes, I don't believe him. I don't believe his apology. I'm like, what has happened? You don't believe his apology, bro? Dude, come on. This is crazy. What do they want, John? What do they want? Do they want heads to roll?
Yeah, I guess.
Are they perfect? These people have never done anything?
Oh, they've got their like. I mean, it makes me think of back when we were in the band Chump Change. We wrote a song called "The Joneses."
Yes.
And I mean, the verses of the song remind me of these people. They have their walls that they could hide behind.
Yeah.
Where, people, they can't be judged.
Right.
But they've got this window through media that sees out into the world that they can throw their sticks and stones at people, but they're safe behind their brick and mortar.
Yeah. No,
it's I mean, it's like an easy target, and you get to feel righteous and like a warrior, but you don't have to risk anything being hurled at you because you're not out there.
It's wild, dude. It's wild. I mean, the whole point of any discipline in life or it's a correction. It's saying, hey, what you've done is wrong. So, and can you change it? Do you want to change it? And I think everyone now, the new generation saying, we're going to judge you by the standards that we live by today, that you aren't living. I mean, I get when people say that, when they're like, you can't judge. And I think there's a line, once again, as we said, within reason. No one's going to look back and be like, oh, well, people do, but like slavery. Okay, man. I mean, that, to me, that's wrong any time in history. All right. You can justify it and say it wasn't, but it was. I would say with these women, I mean, from the chat, Lisa says, these women need to man up when it happens, if it bothers them that much. And I would say this about women. If a man is flirting with you, and I'm not talking about sexual assault now, that's different. I'm talking about flirting and things like that. To me, it seems to undermine a woman if she can't tell the man, no, I'm not interested. Am I crazy for thinking that?
No.
Like,
just if someone's flirting with you, for the most part, you have the ability to just get up and walk away.
I mean, just say, I'm not into, like, if women are as strong as men, which I believe we're all capable of equal strength, okay? If you are as strong as a man, then tell that man I'm not interested and move on. Like, yeah. if you're saying you have to literally hang this guy in a court of public opinion, then you're weak, man. You're weak. So, I don't know. It is National Women's Month or something.
I think it's Women's History Month. Women's History Month.
All right. Well, that brings us to our Mount Rushmore of the week. Now, what was a way we could pay? We've done Mount Rushmore of women before, right, John? You said we
did historic women.
Okay, historic women. I don't remember it. Don't know who was on the list. I'm sure they were all great women. But me and John decided to get a little bit personal this week with it. And we love movies. We love the cinema. We love the big screen. And we figured what better way to pay homage to women than some of the greatest women characters that have ever been captured on screen. Me and John are doing our Mount Rushmore of movie crushes. These are women who we fell in love with the character, not necessarily the actress, but the character. And so me and John, it's a very personal list of the Mount Rushmore, and we're each going to list 4 women that are definitive to us on our Mount Rushmore of crushes in movies. John, do you have anything to add to that?
I do. Before we get started, I took a different approach when you first brought this to the table, and I've hence kind of rolled that back. I was gonna dive into kind of like a fan service But then I really, after talking with you earlier today about it, with all the movies, with what we have at our disposal here, we should try to limit the flaws in some of the characters. So as I go through my list, I'll say who I was thinking of putting at a certain spot,
Okay.
but who I replaced them with. and why.
Oh, look at John. He's going deep cuts. Okay. Well, mine is just straight up. I fell in love with these characters. I'm in love with them. Okay. I know they're not real. They don't exist, but and John's still talking, but we can't hear a word he's saying.
I'm not.
Oh, you just, okay. I'm looking at two different things. That's the problem. Okay. I'm looking at the delay camera. Okay. I'm going to start. It's my week to go number one. Thank God. And so I'm going to tell you my number one movie crush of all time. I'll tell you the movie, I'll tell you the actress, and I'll tell you the character. So the first woman on my list is from the movie True Romance. Me and John, we can talk about True Romance for days. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. Written by Quentin Tarantino, directed by Tony Scott. It stars Christian Slater. And it also stars Patricia Arquette as a character known as Alabama Whitman. Later on, Alabama Worley. But when you introduce to her, Alabama Whitman is my number one. She is she's essentially a prostitute. I don't know how many times she's done it. Not many times. But she is hired as she's hired to hang out with our main character.
She's asked to give him the girlfriend experience.
Yes,
basically,
because he's a nerd. He's a loser. He doesn't have a girlfriend. And if you've never seen this movie, God bless you. Go out and watch it. It'll be the greatest experience of your life. But she is everything she loves. I mean, she just loves him. She's tough. She's funny. She's loyal. She's absolutely stunning. I mean, this is Patricia Arquette. It's just never going to get any better than that movie. I mean, she's just everything. I mean, there's a fight scene with her and a mob guy. Look, Alabama Whitman is it in my life, number one for sure. So that's my number one, Alabama Whitman from True Romance. All right, John.
All right. For my original pick, I was going to go down the same rabbit hole as Mr. Burrington and go with a Quentin Tarantino pick. My first pick originally was going to be Mrs. Mia Wallace, but
Okay.
I mean, she's cool.
Right.
She doesn't mind looking silly if it involves her doing something that she thinks is fun, and I mean, just she's attractive, obviously, but I mean, one big hang up. And she's a heroin addict.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, right?
So that's a big check in the no column. So I rolled that back, and my number one is going to be a Miss Julia Sullivan from The Wedding Singer, played by the lovely Drew
Oh,
Barrymore.
that's good, John. That's a good one. Okay, I like that.
Yes. She's very cute.
Yeah.
She's just her mannerisms and the way, I mean, and Drew Barrymore, when she wants to be cute, she's got it on lock.
Here's the thing. Yes, that's great, because if we were looking at actresses, Drew Barrymore would be very high on the list of like girls to crush on. You're right. That's a good, man, I didn't even think about that one. That's a good one.
No. And I mean, I went back and forth between that and 50 First Dates, but still, her and The Wedding Singer is just, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good choice. All right. Number two for me. This is a fantastic movie directed by Mr. Cameron Crowe. It's a story of a band
Oh,
on their rise up the hill, and then as they fall back down to earth. But who steals this show? And this was a career-defining performance that she has never captured again. It's Kate Hudson as the one and only Penny Lane from Almost Famous. Penny Lane is... I rewatched this movie lately, and Penny Lane, every scene she's in, she steals the scene. I mean, she is like a perfectly... You don't even believe she's real. Like, if someone later watched that and said, she's an angel really in this movie, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll buy it, because she's everything, man. She's just so perfect. I mean, Almost Famous.
It's a great movie, too.
Such an amazing movie. Yes, it's so great.
There's so many like little bits.
Yes.
So many different characters.
Right.
that I can easily assign people in my life.
Right.
And I mean, yeah. I mean, not standing on a roof, but I can totally picture you raising your arms up in the air and saying, I am a golden god.
Yeah. That guy
And
reminds
so-
me of me, to some unfortunate degrees, but yes.
Yeah. But
So
I mean,
yes,
there's-
Penny Lane,
there's a
dude.
lot.
Whew.
It's a great movie, and Penny Lane is an excellent, solid choice.
Kate Hudson she's never been better. Perfect. All right.
Oh yeah, I agree.
All right. You're number 2, John.
My number 2 is literally a fish out of water story. I have to go with Madison and Splash.
That's a good one. Tell us about
Played by the
Splash.
lovely Daryl Hannah.
Yeah. It's a good one.
And for those who didn't know, it came out a few years ago that Daryl Hannah actually is on the autism spectrum.
Wait, who? The real person?
The real person.
Oh,
yes.
really? Okay. Nice.
And when I think about it, I mean, Splash is definitely, if Almost Famous made Kate Hudson, Splash made Daryl Hannah.
Yeah. No. Yes, for sure. Yes.
It's her, hands down. I mean, she's been in cool roles since then, but I think that the fact that she is on the spectrum, playing that character,
Mm-hmm.
adds to the character. Because I mean, she literally has no sense of social cues and things like that, being literally a mermaid. And so, but having, that the naivete that she portrayed,
Mm-hmm.
and trust in the male character played by one of our heroes, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I just really took a shine to her. Even when I saw it as a little kid, that movie stayed with me, and she's always held a special place in my heart.
That's a good one. Daryl Hannah also stars alongside Mrs. Mia Wallace,
Farrow.
Uma
Mia Wallace.
Thurman, and Kill Bill. So she's great in that too. Okay, my number 3. That's a good one, John. Number 3 for me. So I love this actress. I absolutely love this actress. And I've loved her for a long time. And probably not. I wouldn't imagine, but she's been in a bunch of different movies, and she was in one movie I thought about putting her in, but when I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I absolutely fell in love with Clementine, and she is so great. She's just a free spirit. She's kind of crazy, but kind of fun. Clementine from Eternal Sunshine, man. I love Kate Winslet so much, dude. I mean, like when I watched Titanic, I was like, yeah, man, I'd risk it all for the biscuit, man. I mean, like, I'd sing to the bottom, for that. So yeah, Clementine. If you've never seen Eternal Sunshine, man, you are in for a ride. It's a trippy movie.
It's an amazing movie.
It's an amazing movie, but Clementine, she's just so perfect. So I mean,
that movie could fall into so many different categories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got sci-fi aspects. It's got definitely drama.
It's got philosophy questions in it.
There's comedy in there.
Yeah.
There's darkness, but there's
starring Jim Carrey, which I didn't even mention, but yeah,
just a great movie.
I think you continue to see that besides Penny Lane, my other 2 people were kind of with losers. I mean, Jim Carrey's a loser in Eternal Sunshine, and your boy in True Romance definitely kind of a loser. So seeing a common theme here, but anyway. All right, that's mine. Number 3, Clementine.
All right, number 3, pretty good. My number 3 is Allie with an I from The Karate Kid.
Oh, I knew it.
Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, I knew it was going. Oh, Elizabeth Shue. Woo, she's good, man.
Yeah.
What do you like about Allie in
I like about Allie, and I'm taking it just from that movie. Anything that is said about this character in subsequent movies does not count.
Okay. I love you. Disclaimer.
So she in this frame of mind, she did not leave Daniel from some quarterback from UCLA right before a dance.
So does that happen in part 2?
That's how they kind of blow it off.
Okay.
That's how they blow her character off.
I mean, Daniel's kind of a putz, dude. I mean, it might make sense. But anyway, go ahead.
But that's kind of the appeal. I mean, she's going for some little skinny, wiry guy.
From New York?
From New Jersey.
Who's counting?
But just that she's bubbly. She's always smiling.
Yeah.
And it seems like I love being with someone that I know I can make happy. I have this feeling if I'm in the room with somebody that isn't like having a good time, I'll notice and I'll want that person to have a good time.
Right.
I want that person to be happy. And it seems like with Allie's character, when she isn't happy, you know why, and it's obvious, and
Right.
and it's fixable. But when she is happy, she glows.
Yeah.
And so that glow and that yeah, Allie with an eye.
There we go. Karate Kid. All right, time to round out my last one. You need crazy in this world. You know, when I was younger, my single days, I was said, you know, if someone's crazy in a room, I'm going to end up talking to them at some point. It's just how things used to be. I don't know. I could sense fatherhood issues. I could sense issues in them. And when I watched this, one of my favorite movies of all time, I don't know what it is about her. I mean, conventionally, I wouldn't say she's never going to be on the cover of any magazine. But when I watch Fight Club, I absolutely love Marla Singer. I mean, I love Helena Bonham Carter as Marla Singer. I think there's something about her there's a beauty that's never been captured. I mean, I still watch her and stuff today, but man, she is just chaotic. She's, you know, and the crazy thing, when you go back and watch that movie after you find the reveal, you know, which I won't spoiler for Fight Club, but you know, she was really actually like a good person. I mean, she really cared for Edward Norton, you know, which is hard to say. And it's kind of, you kind of see it through different lenses, but I just love her. I love that I love just that craziness in movies. Like just a sense of like anything could happen. And with her, I mean, anything could happen. I mean, she's absolutely nuts. So my final one, I'm ringing out Marla Singer, Fight Club.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm struggling now.
I mean, there's so many to pick from, John.
There are.
I mean, you stuck with the 80s quite a bit, you know, except for you went Drew Barrymore, but other than that, you're 80s heavy.
And plus, I mean, the movie that I picked her in was actually, filmed like it was shot in the 80s.
That's true. I'm surprised you're not going with that big boom box being raised up over somebody's head.
I thought about her, but there's just something.
She's terrible.
Turn me off for.
She's trash. That's why.
Yeah.
She's trash.
But I hate to go the superhero route, but I'm gonna have to go with Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. That's not.
It kind of in the same frame of reference as why I picked Daryl Hannah's Madison is because of, you know, she's got that naivete and she's having to depend on Steve Trevor to kind of be the guide, and for all the mistrust she gives everyone else, she still has that level of trust for him.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm a big fan of that, and I mean, it doesn't hurt that. I mean, Gal Gadot is just, I mean, breathtaking. No.
Now, did you know Gal Gadot in real life is pregnant and is going to have her third child? Were you aware of this?
I knew she had at least one. I didn't know she already had two.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, congratulations to her. Yes, Wonder Woman was fantastic. By the way, yes, that's John. You know, you can kind of see an appeal in John's kind of women. They're all kind of there's that sense of freshness about them. Mine are a little bit more nutty, I would say.
Yeah.
That's the different sides of David John. So I will just run by some more. I had Summer from 500 Days of Summer, played by Zooey Deschanel. I had Rose from the Titanic. I had Charlotte, who is Lost in Translation, Scarlett Johansson, which I love that movie. I had Dora Lee Rhodes, who's Dolly Parton in 9 to 5. And like you said, we talked about this before we start recording. I had Elvira from Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So
when I was doing the fan service aspect of things, I had Nadia from American Pie.
okay. There you go.
Jessica Rabbit.
Okay. I thought you were going to sneak in some cartoon thing, you know.
I mean, you would. I mean, that'd be kind of weird, but I mean, I guess you could do a whole list of cartoons.
You could, Lola.
But
I mean, everybody's talking about Lola Rabbit now this week on Twitter from Space Jam, because they're coming out with the new Space Jam. Everyone's talking about that. So.
Yeah, and there's a whole list of comic book characters that you could throw in. One non-superhero comic book character that really made the cusp of my list, and before and after, was Emma Stone's version of Gwen Stacy from Amazing Spider-Man.
I thought you were going to say Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim.
Actually, I like Knives Chow better.
You know what? I say that, but if I was in person, Ramona Flowers, I would be in awe. But you know, I've watched it many times, and I do. Many people say that.
Ramona Flowers is like a ultra cool, less sensitive version of Clementine.
That's true. So
yeah, I totally see.
There you go. You know what I like.
See your appeal.
All right. So that wraps up our Mount Rushmore. We'll post that and let us know who your movie crushes, male or female, are. We'd love to hear them. We got a couple minutes left. I want to know, John, because you've been hitting out of the park. WandaVision series finale airs tomorrow. You got to give us so they said. So your boy said Paul Bettany was like, "I'm looking forward to working with this actor who I've never worked with before." Have you read this?
Yeah.
He was talking about himself, which is very funny.
Yeah. Okay.
What? Because you've nailed some big things. I know we're both excited for this. Any predictions you have for this show? Because I want.
Well, I had it's not a prediction; it's an insight, and I wanted to get a fellow nerd's view on this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so Wanda lost her parents at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she dealt with it was anger.
Yes.
Right. She lost Pietro, and then she kind of latched on to Vision after he talked to her. And then we learned that in the last episode. You know, he kind of talked to her and talked about grief with her. And I wonder if subconsciously she latched on to Vision because she thought he couldn't die.
Oh, it's pretty good.
And then all of a sudden now he does.
So what do you think is going to happen?
And that, what I think happens is, if for those, I don't know, because I don't know how to give a prediction without spoiling what has already happened. Paul Bettany has said that he's going to be playing with himself.
Right.
That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yes, it kind of does. Yes.
He's going to be acting alongside himself. I think those two, there's a chance that those two might merge.
Okay. There you
go. I think that would be, but on the flip side, I have also heard through the grapevine that that the finale will be a very sad episode. It will be very, grab your Kleenex type issue. And that could be that there'll be no more twins. That would be devastating.
I could see that happening.
Which, definitely could happen. Or there could be no Vision, or it could be both. I know it's interesting to see what's going to happen. There's still heavy rumors that she is definitely going to be in the Doctor Strange movie that will be coming out, I believe, March of 22.
She's on the poster, so I don't think that's a far stretch, right?
For a minute, I was when they were talking right after the first Doctor Strange movie came out, and they were talking about the second one.
Mm-hmm.
They said that the big bad guy was going to be a character called Nightmare, and the person in the lead for playing Nightmare was going to be Mark Hamill. And I thought it would be funny if the Mark Hamill level of cameo was going to be literally Mark Hamill. So I thought that would have been funny.
We'll see. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I know
Yeah.
people are excited to see it for sure. I mean,
I'm
so
on,
so the end for Wanda. Does she disappear at the end of this episode, or is she taken into custody?
I mean, I don't see her being taken into custody, but I mean, she did something wrong. Let's be honest. I mean, there's a lot of people that were, held against their will, and it was her doing.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I mean, there's no, there's no way to go around it. Yes, obviously, what she did was wrong. Yes, I mean, you can't deny that. So,
and so, I mean, there warrants some level of punishment that deserves to be handed out, unless there's a way that, I mean, all those people are okay with it, and I don't see that happening.
Right.
Well, I do really, really, really love her character.
Oh yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen just hits it out of the park. And I mean, it really feels like the way she's portraying her, you kind of empathize with her quite a bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I really hope that her character gets to stay on for as long as possible. But I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching her.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be fun. It's fun to watch it, So, I mean, everybody, the drill. It comes on tomorrow. So just try to be cool and not spoil it for everybody. Okay, people? I hate when people do that crap. But anyway. All right, well, that will air tomorrow, and you can listen to this show. Hopefully you're listening to it before then. There's many different ways to do that. But what we encourage you to do is go to our website. The website has been revamped a little bit. I was in there playing around with it a little bit. I said, we need to kind of do something with the website. So everything's still there. All of the preview, our social media things are now at the top, so you can go there, do that. Everything's there. You got our social media links. You have our Amazon link. You have all of our past episodes and everything. All of those can be found at bybpod.com. That's bybpod.com. We suggest you go there, go check out some past episodes, go read some articles we occasionally put up. You can buy stuff on Amazon, help us out. You can even buy our merchandise. It's all there on the website. Go check it out. Tell your friends about it. And, rate, review, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So everybody go out, watch WandaVision, tell everyone about Blame Your Brother. And so with all that being said, John, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your